Hello and welcome back to Dicebreaker for our second episode of our Paradox Perfect playthrough, which is a lot of P's. We are joined once again by the fantastic Jeremy from Three Black Halflings. Hello, how's it going?
Hello, it's so nice to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Woo!
Yo, you're very welcome. We're very, very honored to have you on. I'm also, of course, joined by Liv and Meehan from the Dicebreaker team. And today we are going to be playing in the world that we created in the last session. Just as a reminder, we are in a futuristic space opera.
If you want, I can read the future.
That would be perfect.
Okay, perfect. Then I will reread. By the way, in Paradox Perfect, the GM is known as the Timekeeper.
Got it.
The TK. So I forgot to mention that last time. But I will, as the Timekeeper, I will read you the space opera future that you have created, that you guys created last time. So. The United Ohio Space Force is formed, and we begin to spread our diplomacy and communism to the stars. The first space colonies were initially a collaboration with the very shiny Martians, whose power and influence were quickly usurped by humanity. Oh, imperialism? Heavens no, said the Supreme High Chancellor of the United Colonies during one of their many speeches. The dastardly savage barbarians live under us most willingly. Humanity has learned from its past mistakes and fights only for peace and security.
Is he played by Fozzie Bear by any chance?
Oh, hello, Fozzie Bear.
Live under us most willingly.
Dastardly savage barbarians. Waka, waka.
I like him a lot more now, but yeah.
He's Fozzie Bear in a black hood with a gold face. Do it, Anakin. Kill him. These speeches always ended in a ceremony where the Chancellor brews.
Absolutely.
As more and more species joined, the space colonies quickly became a gross Greta Garbo empire. Tensions rose until the formation of a ragtag group of rebels. Humans and extraterrestrials alike bonded over their mutual love of galactic kicking. Under normal circumstances, they'd have been completely decimated by the Empire's massive legion of armed star space buses. It's actually armed star space buses. That's the
star space,
yeah, star space buses. But luckily, the rebellion began practicing an ancient telekinetic space magic, a force field that binds us, penetrates us, and holds the galaxy together, called Pastafarianism. The Empire was replaced by the galaxy's largest space democracy. Thousands of alien worlds, ranging from the viscous beings of Proxima Centauri to the perpetually slugging creatures of Betelgeuse 9, have formed the universe's largest galactic senate, with peace and prosperity finally stabilized. Senators are highly respected and sought-after positions, granted diplomatic immunity when they wish to download on other worlds. Those who seek inner balance and peace are trained at temples by loving monks in case a space empire ever rises again.
Hey, that's the future.
That's where we're at.
That's it.
Yes, that is where we are at right now. For those of you who somehow did not see the last episode, first of all, you should go watch part 1. But Paradox Perfect is a time travel game. Each of our characters who were created last time, they are members of an organization called Paradox Perfect, whose mission is to protect the past in order to preserve the future. The beautiful future that you are all living in right now.
Yeah, why wouldn't we want that? Yes,
exactly. Yes. Let us not forget that the three people here have also made some of the most horrendous character sheets.
Yes,
I'm very excited.
Yes, we could. If you say you can just say your name, pronouns, origin, and age if you want. Starting with you, Liv.
I am Kickin Keith.
Never mind.
I go by he, him. I thought you said Will, sorry. My origin is Kick Monster. I'm 32 years old. I just love kicking.
Oh, and your tragic flaw. Tell me the tragic flaw.
Oh, sorry. My tragic flaw is that I cannot pull off the color green.
Shame. Such shame.
Yeah, it's a real shame. Liv, can you please introduce your character?
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I didn't have to. My name is Herr. My pronouns are she, her. I am...
Slip it in there.
I am a teacher from Teacher World, and I'm 42 years old. And my tragic flaw is that I compulsively eat pasta all the time, a la Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11.
Brad Pitt is my favorite movie star.
Blood pit.
Blood.
Blood pit.
Also, I am face blind.
Beautiful. And finally, Meehan, what is your character's name?
My character's name is Brenda Chambers. They go by the pronouns of they, them. They are a snapping turtle. Brackets big.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big snapping, a big snapping turtle.
And they are aged 12. Their tragic flaw is sluggish. They are both tired and they think they are possibly a slug.
Both meanings of the word sluggish.
Yeah, of course,
Yes.
naturally.
Both commonly accepted definitions.
Yes. Whenever I've said I feel sluggish, what I mean is I think I might actually be a slug.
Yeah.
Or at least you've had to clarify, you know?
Yeah.
Right. I'm surprised by my own ability to speak in this moment because I was convinced that I was a slug.
Yeah, it's a big moment of growth for everyone to admit. You know, I'm sluggish. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm Wheels and I'm
sluggish. Yeah.
Hi, Wheels. Okay. So, we will start by introducing your characters in this world that you are all members of. We open in the headquarters of the Galactic Senate, which houses not only the Senate chambers, but also the offices of Paradox Perfect, the time-traveling organization who have sworn to protect and preserve the past in order to. Yeah, I'll just redo that. That was
no,
me.
it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get out of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
A space car just flew by.
Exactly.
There's a space crime occurring nearby.
Any sound effects? Don't mind if you do.
It's
Space crime.
Paradox Perfect has sworn to protect the past in order to preserve the future. We are currently, I'm imagining a very large, like a gigantic floating space station in the shape of a flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah.
Like a metal flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah,
just
we're in
rotating.
the left meatball at the moment. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And you see various members of the Senate passing by from where you all are, I'm imagining, are in the main chambers, like the entrance hall of Paradox Perfect. You all have come in to check in for your shifts today. You're all, of course, wearing the customary green Paradox Perfect uniforms.
Don't remind me.
Kickin Keith, it looks tragic. Truly tragic.
It's like, you know how black is slimming?
Yeah.
Green makes your absurdly large one leg that you kick with all the time look even more comically large. Like it's
But
really
you lose
not
the
doing me any
definition.
favors.
Not
Really, the
flattering.
problem is you lose the definition. It looks like you've just been bulking.
Yeah.
You haven't cut at all.
Yeah, it's like I've got just like a large sausage, you know, just I'm walking around on.
Less
Just
said
an
about that, the better.
Yeah.
Just an uncomfortably uniformly thick leg.
Yeah, like, where's the
It's just
beautiful
a
definition
pillar.
of my carbs? You know, where's the line, the perfect line? You can't see
It's like
it.
an elephant.
It's this
Just like-
goddamn green.
Elephant. Yeah.
A green elephant. In fact, Kickin Keith, I think we will start with you. Keith, now I imagine that as a practitioner, or at least a hopeful practitioner of Pastafarianism, you have probably spent a lot of time in the because there is a religious hall in these government buildings.
Of course,
I imagine you spent a lot of time in the chapel.
Praying. Learning the scriptures, sort of like, you know, practice what you preach, as Keith always says, or kick at all times, depending on what kind of mood he's in.
Practice what you kick.
Yeah,
Practice
exactly.
what you kick.
Or kick what you practice.
Kick or be
or
kicked.
kick who preaches.
Yes.
There's a lot of different variations.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Keith is definitely like still a student of Pastafarianism. You know, he's not yet gotten to that point where, you know, he's confident enough in his own practicing of it.
As you're entering the entrance hall of Paradox Perfect headquarters, you are accompanied by Father Kabuli.
Father Kabuli, it's
Father
an honor to see you.
Yes, Father Kabuli looks at you and says, "Ah, my son, I was hoping I would catch you here. Kickin Keith. Kickin Keith.
That's what they call me.
I wonder, Kickin Keith, in your pursuits of Pastafarianism and the steps you've taken to follow the tenets, have you ever considered that Kickin may not be the most appropriate title to bear?"
Listen, Father, I always say this. These two will quote me if they're here. You haven't established that yet. But
they're in the room. You can
around to them. Ask anyone here. I've always said that, you can't change the past. And I know that's ironic considering the jobs we have, but it's a part of me and it always will be. And I'll always be Kickin Keith. And I think when people see the very small amounts of kicking that I do, they'll see the growth and the change in me that Pastafarianism has brought.
The father will look down at your leg and say, "You're looking pretty swole, my son."
Yeah, it's the uniform. It's not very flattering.
Are you sure you haven't been practicing your kicks?
Well,
and you just have a pump on. If you were to roll up that pant leg, would I see vascular veins?
Look, you can, as they always say, you can take the man out of the kick, but you can't take the kick out of the man. I'm always going to have much more strength on this side of my body than the other. That's just part of who I am. But the point is, no matter how hard I kick, no matter how many times I kick, the important thing is that there's no one at the end of that foot, And as long as I can keep that, I feel like I'm strong enough to live by that creed.
My son, and you see that Father Kabuli kneels, seemingly for no reason, because you're actually taller than he is.
He's sort of patting me on the head, but it's like my hip.
Yeah, he kneels. He says, "My son, let me tell you a little story. Long ago, there was an absolute tyrant, a terror who absolutely terrorized the galaxy, a scoundrel known as Kickin Kabuli."
No.
Oh my
God. The father says, "Yes. And over time, Kickin Kabuli started to recognize the error of his ways. Now, son, I'm going to show you something that might alarm you." And he starts to roll down his collar.
Oh no!
We're in public, Father. Right?
Don't worry, it's nothing inappropriate. It's just surprising. It's just surprising. You say, look away if you must. He rolls down his collar the rest of the way, and you see the most uncomfortably muscular pec. The left pec is uncomfortably muscular. You could see striation, I think is the word, in the muscles of the pectoral. Just
throbbing.
Yes. Veins.
I
He
hear.
says, "My heart was not always this strong, my son. In order for my heart to get like this, do you know what I had to do?" And he sort of shows you on the leg that he has knelt on, the leg that's sort of bent and still slightly up. He rolls up, and you see that basically what you are looking at is a man's leg that has been partially reabsorbed into his body. So his leg is uncomfortably muscular, but most of the muscles are it's almost like the muscles are being pulled up away from the leg. So it doesn't even look like it. But this man has somehow transformed his kick power into heart power.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
He says,
this is exactly what I've been seeking. This is the kind of inner strength that my outer strength does not allow me.
My cardio is unbelievable.
I can imagine. I don't think
my heart
beats
once an hour, my son. Once an hour. Any more than that, and I will die.
I think if your heart beat more than once an hour, the blood would physically explode out of you.
That's exactly why.
And that's what I want.
Hold on. and you'd see.
Well, they
It's
hit
worth
you
the
fast,
pain.
huh? Yeah.
It's worth the
Quick.
pain. That was
Everyone
the beat.
else is like, oh god.
And you've got that
Like the whole
natural
room
body
shakes.
clock as well.
Yeah.
You're like a grandfather clock walking around.
You can even see the veins like are on his
It's
chest.
very graphic.
It is.
He
Maybe-
says, enough of this now.
Maybe this was more than just surprising.
Honestly, I should have said alarming
Mm.
and maybe a little disturbing. But
Yeah,
my son,
content warnings.
yes, content warning, uncomfortably muscular pec. But ultimately, my son, you don't have to adopt the same model as myself. I'm just trying to show you another way. You can take your kicking power and turn it into love.
Mm. Thank you, Father. I really appreciate this lesson.
Mm.
Unfortunately, I need to clock in. But
Right. You
it's-
should probably do that. You are late. I apologize for
Yeah,
that.
no, that is technically your fault, but it's fine. I'll let them know.
Yes. I will. I will go with you and talk to them.
Thank you.
Would you like to bring it in? I always like to end it with a hug. It's entirely up to you. I always like to bring it in at the end of these sessions.
Yeah, no, let me just. He's sort
Yeah,
of
when you hug,
no.
how?
Oh, no.
how
he
does
just
that
sort of
happen?
sticks his leg behind him a bit, so that, because otherwise it gets in the way.
Right. And as
I
you
thought
hug,
you meant wrapping around.
and you're at like a weird angle because one peck is just so. You don't know how you never noticed that one peck was so much
Well,
bigger.
this is the first
Maybe
time
it was
we've actually hugged, I think.
Yeah, and he's wearing
It's
all
nice.
black.
Yeah.
So
Well,
maybe
Well,
that's
as you
why
know, it's slim. If he was
slimming,
wearing
yeah.
green, it'd be sticking out like a sore thumb.
Exactly. He'd have a tree trunk for a torso. So you guys
And that,
see,
that's thumb and theoden you want to get into if you want.
the rest of you, Hair Curler and Brenda, you see Kickin Keith giving Father Kabuli a hug, a very slanted hug.
Can I call over just like, kick monster, it is time to start the shift.
You know,
I am so sorry.
I don't know if I appreciate you calling me that in front of Baba Kabuli. I understand it's just a fun nickname, but also, it does damage my reputation. Hair curler.
Hair Curler.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Hair Curler, you have just sort of broken off from a text conversation that you were having with your partner. Your partner, Space Bus.
Yes.
Space Bus, by the way, I have decided the Space Bus's name is Blad Pit.
Excellent. Yeah.
You have been texting, I would say, back and forth with Blad Pit, but it's really more of a one-way situation.
Like
Blad Pit
texting
lacks
to a
thumbs.
wall. There's not. I'm getting nothing from them. I don't.
You should talk to Thumb and Theoden about that.
You know what? I'm sick of it.
Yes, Brenda, you see that Hair Curler is very upset once again with the marriage that they've had that has just been on the rocks now for weeks.
Yeah, I mean, like Brenda's been on the space bus since they were
You sat in Blad Pit's leather seats.
Yeah, but a wee turtle. Now they are definitely not a wee turtle. They are a very, very large one.
Big, you might even
yeah,
say.
big, yeah.
Big turtle.
And seeing Hair Curler on her phone again.
Her space phone, no less.
The space phone.
The
yeah.
phone.
Brenda slides over. And I mean quite literally.
On your tummy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a slug.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they
Even
do
slower than a
that.
turtle normally moves.
Yeah, because Brenda is very large. But they're using a small ice lolly perched underneath the stomach.
Does Brenda know that the ice lolly's there?
Yes, Brenda's
Okay.
put it there very specifically.
All right.
So that they can slide along.
So they don't just like happen to have loads of slippy things accidentally end up under their stomach at opportune times, therefore reinforcing the delusion.
They have. I imagine you have a supply of things that can leave a trail.
Yeah. Right now it's an ice lolly and it's melting partly. so that
they're
can...
probably given to you like in school, like as like homework, like
at
hey,
slug
slide along.
class.
Yeah, slug class. Yeah.
At slug class. Yeah,
Yeah.
when they go to school on the space bar.
Yeah.
So, Brenda slides along very slowly, and then stops next to Herr Curler.
You don't
And
know
it's
what
like-
I'm done. I'm done with this. I fully throw my phone against
You
the
throw
wall.
your space phone.
Just
It,
out of instinct, Kickin Keith catches it midair between two toes.
Yes, kick monster. That's what I like to see.
You're not wearing shoes. I can't
No,
decide if it's
no,
funny
why
if
would
you're
I
not
ever wear
wearing shoes,
shoes?
or if you are wearing shoes but your toes are so muscular.
No, I'm
that they, like,
wearing,
reach
you know, those
through.
like ninja socks.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God.
Like
The ones
one
that
toe
gross
separated.
everyone out. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's wearing those. But also, you know, like fingerless gloves, they're toeless. So, like, you know, I'm always going to
Aw.
toes out when I need them.
Toes out. Yeah.
Yeah, toes out for the
The
lads.
boys.
Yeah. Excellent bird kick, monster.
Right? We talked. Okay.
It is at this moment that the father Kabuli turns to you, Kickin Keith, and says, "I must be on my way. I have informed the check-in people that you."
Thank you.
It was a religious matter that was being
Yes,
taken care of,
yeah.
and
Thank
you see behind the counter is actually a slug, and the slug gives you a nod, a very slow nod.
What?
Wazowski.
There's a
And
slug here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Well,
there's
slug,
the
maybe.
slug works as the check-in person.
Does
One of your
Brenda know this slug?
Oh yeah, you know this slug.
They're
This
friends.
is Sylvester.
This is Sylvester the slug.
The
I think
best.
Brenda wants to be friends. I
Yeah,
don't know how
yeah.
Sylvester feels about the
I
whole thing.
think when Sylvester's like acknowledges this from Father Kabuli, Brenda's
Mhm.
like, "Hey, Sylvester."
You see one of Sylvester's eye stalks just retract,
Yeah.
and the other one just look away.
Slug life.
Very
Just
slowly.
watching you appropriate his culture.
Yeah, just looking away. As Father Kabuli nods and turns to leave, he steps in the trail of Ice Lolly and whack!
Oh,
I catch him with my
Oh.
leg, or I attempt to. Sorry. I attempt
Oh, you want to catch him?
with my leg,
Roll
yeah.
roll a body check to try and.
Okay, how do we
catch
do
him.
dice rolls?
Body.
So the way that yes, I'm glad we get to do this. So
Ooh.
you roll a d6. You roll a number of d6s equal to the number in your respective trait. So if you're rolling
Oh,
body,
wow.
you roll. I think in your case 5d6s.
5d6. I'm
Amazing.
all
5d6s.
body oddy oddy. That's one might.
Oi, oi, oi. Oi.
Body, oddy, 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 oddy. Really.
Okay, all right. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, what am I looking for, my friend?
You want to say? You want to tell me the highest result?
That is a 6.
Okay. Did you get more
Wow.
than 1 6?
I did not. There was a single
Okay.
6.
So a
solitary
1
6.
through a 1 through 3 is a failure, a 4 or
Mhm.
5 is a mixed result, and a 6 is a success.
Okay.
So you actually catch Father Kabuli, just catch him in like the crook of your ankle, just
Yeah.
shooting out. He lands, ha, and looks up at you and smiles, and it looks like his heart grows slightly. Just with
You've doomed him.
he's like, oh no, my love, it's killing me. But as this is happening, you hear from behind you, Brenda. Oh, Brenda Chambers. And you turn around to see your mother.
Brenda very slowly spins around.
you just slide
this.
around.
Yeah.
You see, moving only slightly faster is another snapping turtle.
Oh.
Moving to a slightly larger snapping
Yeah.
turtle.
Big
Brenda
with 3 eyes.
Chambers' mother.
She
is
can also
walking.
be a slapping turtle.
She
Yeah.
she about to be.
Slapping,
Uh,
whacking.
You don't mess.
She says, "Look at what you have done. This person of the faith just slipped in your what is that? Sugary water trail that you're doing as part of your cosplay? That's what the kids are calling it these days, isn't it?" As she walks towards you.
Brenda, like, immediately, like, you can see them, like, sort of tense up, and they've got that, like, look of standoffishness. And they're like, Mom, it's my secretion trail.
Yeah, I think Keith is an ally. And what was your surname again? Sorry, Meehan?
Chambers.
And is your mother she, her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Keith is like, Mrs. Chambers, I believe the appropriate term is slime sona.
roll a finesse check.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I don't have any dice in finesse.
Finesse. Okay, so if you have a 0, you roll 2 dice and take the
Take the
lower. You're
worst.
essentially rolling with
Amazing.
disadvantage.
That's a 2.
Oh, that's a failure. She says, "Oh my goodness, you even have other employees in on this whole thing? This is a mess, sweetie. At the very least, be considerate where you're leaving the trails. My goodness."
I would. Oh, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
I would love for Hecala to rock up eating a big old bowl of spaghetti, like some kind of carbonara, I don't know, just like relishing in it and just like coming. Oh, hello there,
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Oh, Miss Chambers, it is wonderful to see you. I trust that you are enjoying your time here. How is it going?
I just came here, still cried across the room.
You're like 5 meters away.
I just came here to bring my child their lunch, and here I see they have almost crippled a man of the, I guess in this case it would be strainer, a man of the strainer, because of course Father Kabuli is a parishioner of the Pastafarian Church.
Oh, well, Miss Chambers, you see, I did encourage dear Brenda to give Keith Kick Monster the chance to improve.
His surname is not Kick Monster.
That's not what she thinks. To improve themselves and give Kick Monster. Sorry, she can't stop. Give him a chance to prove himself. You see, Brenda has been doing so much, has been following the teachings, and I'm so impressed. But I think Kick Monster has to learn.
Carbonara at the end there.
I'm gonna need a finesse check to try and convince her of this.
All right, 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can roll 66.
Whoa! 66.
So
yeah.
if you just get that set up in Google, that's the only thing you'll ever need to roll.
That's
right?
it. Yeah.
Oh, no, you'll need a 2d6 for everything else. Sorry, man.
I have got. This is true. I've got 2 6s.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
What does that mean?
That means in this case it's essentially a critical success. You just completely crushed it. You
Completely crushed my mom.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This was all planned?"
Yes. Another one of your child's beautiful, thoughtful actions in the name of Pastafarianism.
Oh, I apologize for making a scene. She looks at you.
Right.
She looks to Kickin Keith. She says, "You have incredible reflexes, truly."
Thank you.
And she starts walking towards Brenda and says, like her head retracts into her shell, and then a moment later emerges holding a bag, a little lunch bag. And she said, as she hands it to you, she says, "You forgot your lunch. It's full of leaves. I did put a worm in there just in case you needed some protein. I'm sorry."
Well, thanks, Mom. Like, Brenda very slowly takes the bag, puts it in their shell, and then comes back out and says, "Boy, you've got a job, right?"
I do, and I'm late for it because I was bringing you your lunch.
You know what? I think we're late as well. Keith checks the ankle.
Everyone is very late.
You see the ankle watch?
Yeah, he has an ankle watch. Why wouldn't he have an ankle watch?
It's so big. Like, it's uncomfortably massive.
No, it's like a normal sized watch face, but the strap is like absurdly long.
Strap's like 6 feet long.
Yeah.
Terrible.
A 6-foot circumference ankle. So as she turns to go, and she's like muttering to herself, slugs can't even retract their heads. I don't know what they're thinking they're doing there. As she's doing that, she sort of like freezes for a moment. And I need everyone to make me a time chaos roll. A time chaos. Yes, we are introducing now one of the primary mechanics of Paradox Perfect. Time chaos is a number from 0 to 12 that represents how much the changing past has overwritten the future, increasing by 1 when the past is altered, and decreasing by 1 if it is reverted. So when the time chaos increases, I, the timekeeper, must alter one of the prompts of the future template. In some cases, alterations may warrant an increase or decrease greater than 1. Since this is a somewhat abbreviated game, I'm going to say we're changing 2. I'm saying we're changing 2 traits. The 2 traits that we are going to change, essentially anyone who has these traits will have to make a time chaos roll. You will have to roll a d12 and get above the number of time chaos that we currently have. If you do not hit that number, you lose your trait. So the traits that are about to change are Pastafarianism and gross. If you have Pastafarianism and gross, then go ahead and roll. This is going to be a d12. You want to get above a 2.
Okay, I've got a 6.
Okay, I got a 1.
Oh no! Which one did you have?
I was gross. I'm gross.
Oh no!
Gross, Jeremy.
You had 1 in 12.
Oh,
terrible.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so gross. I need you to go to gross on your character sheet, and where you see alternate on the other side, I need you to put clean.
No.
Yeah.
It's not the way of hair color.
Now, Kickin Keith, you managed to hold on.
I held on to my faith.
Yes, you held on to your faith, but you do notice that Father Kabuli suddenly he sort of like rises into the air. You suddenly he's wearing something on his head that you've never seen him wear before. It looks like it's some kind of, you're not sure if it's like a helmet or like something metal that's just sort of been plugged into his head. But as he rises up, he starts going la 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 la. And as he's singing this, all of the other people around the room join in and start singing with him as well. And Brenda, you witness your mother also wearing one of these head things she draws her legs and head in, and you hear a boop, 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 boop sound from inside of her shell as her head draws in, and she raises up into the air along with all of the other people in the room, except for the 3 of you.
Right.
What would you like to do in this moment as they start to like raise up above you?
Boss estás?
Is there anything you'd like? No one is responding. They're all just singing the song.
Brenda's gonna try and stretch their neck out to get their mom.
Oh yes. I'm okay. I will need you to make me. I feel like this is. I'm gonna say it's a dexterity based thing. You try to grab it. So let's go with finesse. Try and finesse grab your mother.
Oh, you've got 0, right?
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They're a slug.
Yep.
They are indeed a slug.
Slugs do not.
Yeah.
At least
That's
theoretically.
2.
That's a 2. You reach your neck out and get a little sprain in your neck. You take 1 point of damage as like you pull a muscle in your neck.
I've only got 3 of those.
You have. Oh.
Yeah, you lose 1 HP as you're trying to grab your mother, and she just continues floating up. Those of you see that everyone in the room, including Father Kabuli, start to contort themselves into strange shapes. Father Kabuli stretches his hands out above himself and stretches his legs out below himself and points his toes and like stretches his fingers up. You see the Slug, who is behind the counter, is rising up, and the Slug becomes like kind of an L shape. Sort of like a just contorts as they're all rising up, and you see them all like coming together above you. And if there's anything anybody wants to do, let me know.
Can I call out, in the name of Pastafarianism, cease whatever this is?
As you try to say Pastafarianism, you realize, like, wait a minute.
The name of
Pastafarianism? What is that?
In the name of
the only person in this room who's still fully aware of Pastafarianism is Kickin Keith.
So what are you eating, Liv? What's Herr Curler eating?
I don't know. What is Herr Curler eating?
Herr Curler is now eating dry pasta because it's much cleaner that way.
My body is a temple.
Just very crunchy.
I like the crunch.
Yeah.
It's more satisfying. As the people begin to gather above you, the first to drop is Brenda's mother, slamming into the ground.
That's the big turtle.
Another person starts slowly lowering before you slamming into the ground. You see the Slug. In fact, it's the Slug. It's not even thump. It's a slap that lands in an L shape, sort of bent over your mother. You see that
get away from that.
Father Kabuli lands sliding down basically against the Slug. And they're also like,
oh my god, it's Tetris!
And you see that these people proceed to play a I would say human, but not all of them are humans. But essentially, they appear to be being used as Tetris pieces. And you can hear thumps from outside of the room. And I think you could probably even glimpse like one of the senators just slamming into the ground. And they're like in a box shape. They just, they don't seem injured by this. If anything, they seem like they're being fulfilled. Like there's a look of rapture on their faces.
Game over.
It's
game over, man. Game over.
Game over.
Is anyone else having a sort of Matrix moment here? I don't really understand what's happening, and I feel like something just changed.
Yeah,
Isn't this our job to stop things like this happening?
Yeah.
I've never seen my mom do anything like this before.
I'm glad.
She's got great resonance in the shell. The singing is just is pouring out of the various.
It's like the Halo theme.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What happens? How do you lose or win Tetris?
Wait, don't let them get in a line. Won't they all destroy it?
As you see them form a line that's long enough across, all those in that line float back up to the top and assume new shapes.
That's all right.
And the rest slide.
Can I ask how Brenda's mom, as a turtle, how does that work then? How does she go
into another shape?
Yeah.
Her head comes out and pokes up this way, and her leg comes out and pokes down. So she kind of looks like a little, she looks like one of the little squiggles. Yeah.
A big mass in the middle. Okay.
Yeah, it's an uncomfortably proportioned squiggle.
Brenda's sort of looking at this, and even though it is weird and disturbing, they're also getting a little bit of satisfaction out of it. Just watching their mom just
Tetris.
Well, like when she's like this, she can't have a go at them.
I mean, I suppose. So this, I know, I assume we know exactly what to do when this kind of thing occurs. There's been a It's been something's gone on.
Yeah, you
going
would
on?
know. I think just based on your trading, it's extremely
Mhm.
likely that somebody has altered the past.
The
That's how the
past!
time chaos gets driven up.
The past has been altered.
I tell you what, it sure seems like someone has altered the past, don't
past.
you think?
The past kick monster, yes, yeah.
Brenda just says, baby.
Quickly to the time chamber, to the time.
To the time chamber, absolutely.
Time portal.
That's where we go through time in the time chamber.
As you all, in fact, actually, there are. Here's where we start to get into some of the items. There are actually a whole bunch of different time machine models. Let me find it really quickly.
Oh my goodness. Is there one that's an actual model, like
a model of like
Space Marine?
Yeah, do you mean like an attractive person, or do
I
you
was
mean
thinking like a supermodel? Yeah, like
okay.
Oh,
You're one
okay.
track mind, Liv.
yeah. I can't think. Wow, I can't think of any supermodel at the moment, but one
Kate
of them.
Moss, right?
Kate
Kate Moss. It's Kate Moss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cara Delevingne.
I will add Kate Moss and Cara Delevingne to the list. But I'll let you all choose which one you want. There is the Parapod, which is a large spherical pod that fits 6 people. Rumbles before teleporting through time and space. There's the Chrono Cruiser, which is a flux capacitor equipped automobile, travels through time at 88 miles per hour. There's the hyperbolic chill out chamber, where the speed of time within this chamber is this endless chamber is different from the time outside. The reverse treadmill can send you back in time as long as you run backwards. Hammer space, which is like a pocket dimension. Well, actually, I think those. Oh, there's also a timepiece. Oh no, excuse me. These ones are space-time gadgets. I apologize. But the first 4 that I said.
Jeremy, just a quick question. The pod.
Mm-hmm.
Could it theoretically be meatball shaped?
Oh, 100%. It used to be meatball shaped.
It was.
It was.
Now it's one of those square blocks.
Yes. Yes. You can run. As you're like running through here. I assume well, you could be going leisurely stroll. Tell me, how do you travel? Describe for me how each of you travels through.
I'm bolting.
I think
legs fully up, legs off the ground.
Because of the stressful situation, I've transferred to hopping, which I vowed not to use in any but the most serious situation.
As all of you are fleeing, you notice that all of the people, but like it's almost like the singing follows you, and you see that behind you, all of the people's heads have turned to see you, and they all hop down and start just running after you. Like holding a hand out, singing like the song. The speed of the song is picking up, and they're just sprinting after you.
In response, seeing the stressfulness of the situation and how far behind us Brenda already is.
I mean, I will say, Brenda in times like this
deploys the drone.
The drone.
No.
When her kill streak gets high enough.
Brenda, you could have a gadget. You could have.
Yeah, they've got like a little. They've got a little hairdryer.
Well, there are actual Paradox Perfect gadgets that you could use potentially.
Or you could have a hairdryer.
I mean, needed, you could have the hairdryer.
Why not
would you rather stick with the hairdryer, or would you rather stick with a? Because I feel like the agency would have tried to accommodate you in living this way. The agency is also they're also allies.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, okay, the agency provided Brenda with a time hairdryer where they can heat up the ice lolly that's underneath their body, make it melt more, slippier. And then they get really slidey and they like slide really fast.
So I think just in case, and you know, Kickin Keith isn't beyond using his kicks for good. He's gonna do like a sort of spin kick, just keeping his leg
like Chun-Li.
What?
Like Chun-Li?
No. Specifically, he's gonna have his leg just very slightly raised from the floor, like a sort of hockey puck, or a hockey stick rather, and he's gonna sort of spin himself round like he's on one of those like air football tables for hockey, and is just gonna sort of slalom you forward to give you a bit more of a boost. Yeah.
Roll a body roll to see how effectively you're able to kick them forward.
Hair curler is screaming like, "Yes, kick on, son!"
My goodness.
Realize your true potential.
Kick like your life depends on it.
We have a 5 as my highest result.
Okay, so that's a partial success.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
You do kick them forward, but you hit them at a weird angle, so they're just spinning. Like, so they're going forward, but it's just, like the room is like
The centrifugal motion is probably the most G-force they've ever experienced.
yeah. You're
Their,
if turtles had cheeks, they'd be flapping right
Their-
now. How fast you're spinning.
their lunch just flies all over.
Ah,
You mean
it's a spray.
from the shell or from the stomach?
From the shell. They've not eaten
Okay.
yet. No.
Okay.
Roll.
I
I'm gonna
see.
need a body roll. Actually, you know what? This is a mental. We're gonna say mental fortitude.
Mm.
We need a mind roll from Brenda to try and like reorient yourself so that you don't have like a complete. Your inner ear is not completely thrown off by this.
You can do it.
I got a 6.
Yes, that's a
Yay!
success.
Yeah. Suck
Okay.
it. Suck
So,
it, centrifugal motion.
Yeah. So Brenda, you spin off, but you're almost like after the initial like puking, you kind
Yeah.
of start to enjoy it.
This came up in slug training, so.
And honestly,
That's
it's like a secretion. The puke is
Yeah.
like a secretion
They-
anyway. So
I think they've never felt more slug-like than in this
Mm.
moment right now. They're
Beautiful.
having a transcendent experience.
They're
Yeah.
truly slugging.
It all goes
Yeah.
into slow motion. It's just like, just
No, no
and you're like,
singing.
I enjoyed this moment so much. I'm going to give each of you a resolve. So this is a point of
Whoa.
resolve. Resolve can be spent in a number of ways. It can be spent actually to help you with your. It can be solved. It can be spent to help activate some of your time powers. It can be used to. It can be used to actually. I believe, yes, you can also use resolve on somebody else's role to try and
Cool.
assist them if you have a bond with them, I believe. And let me make one check just to make sure I have everything correct.
I cannot wait
I
to
th-
assist the kick monster.
Yes, you can use your resolve essentially to shift time, and let me know if you want to. If you fail something, you might be able to use your resolve to help you out.
Cool.
Because you have time powers as agents of
course.
Paradox. Perfect.
Of course.
But you are being chased down this hallway by a horde of Tetris theme singing, which, by the way, Tetris, the theme of Tetris is actually a 13th century Russian folk song.
It
It is not a
Yeah.
copyrighted song.
Oh, excellent.
Koro Beiniki.
That's
Koro
right.
Beiniki, I think, is something to
Yeah.
that effect.
Can't track it.
Anyway, yeah. Go ahead.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna ask Jeremy. Can my space bus also be a time travel thing?
Whoa, space
Ooh,
bus.
can
Space Bus
Blad Pit also
Can-
be?
Yes.
Yes.
Glad
I
Pit.
think we can absolutely say that Blad Pit is your flux capacitor.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we
yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
I don't think it's a legal modification that you've made.
No.
but-
This is
no.
secret. You've done
No.
this in secret. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
You have augmented your spouse into a chrono cruiser.
Yes, I mean it was it
Yes.
was a bonding experience for us both. It's like a soul bonding ritual, really.
Hair curler.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the pod that we were about to get in and
Mhm.
realizing it's not meatball shaped, and I'm just like, there's something going on here.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
we should not use the pod.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with it.
sabotage.
And I'm like, Hair curler. I know that things are bad
Yeah.
right now. I heard the whole texting thing. I know it's
Yeah.
going to be awkward.
You're
But we
saying
need-
this
we
while
need
you're,
Blad.
like, kicking
I'm like,
Brenda.
we need Blad. Oh, sorry, we need Blad.
I do not know what you're talking about. Karen is here. Why not the hi, Karen? How are you doing? It's nice to see you. Yeah, we just use Karen Delevingne. It's fine.
Cara Delevingne is just there hanging out. She's doing the dance from Suicide Squad, like the weird wiggly hip dance.
Oh, that's
Oh wow,
Sure.
yeah. But she's wearing the magical bikini.
Yeah, the
right.
weird magic Suicide
Yeah.
Squad bikini.
Yeah,
does
like
the
they
bizarre-
did in Yol DJ.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know
inexplicable, the inexplicable
Yeah.
dance.
I
I
can
think that
imagine
she's
this.
actually in the middle of something. So actually, yes, you are right. Okay, fine. Let's go. Go. Blah!
Yes, absolutely. You hear and crashing through the window of the space station with a horde of other vehicles that are all playing is Blab Pit. The pressure has been sucked out of the room, so I'm going to need everyone to make me a body roll as Blab Pit comes flying in to try and get all of you.
I am so weak.
The vacuum of space starts sucking on all of you. I need a body roll from everybody.
3 6s.
Wow. What does that mean?
So I think I can probably I can cover this for the whole of us.
Honestly, I'll let you help somebody else.
Yeah, the other 2 dice were 5s. So
Wow.
I don't think I could have nailed that much harder.
I got a 3 and a 4.
I got 1 6.
The 4 is a partial success. So I will say you I'll say that you are affected by the sudden drop in pressure, and so you do lose 1 health. But yes, Herr Curler, you do lose 1 health. However, Brenda, you rolled a 6, you said? Oh, I imagine you immediately clamp it. I imagine. Well, here's my question: do you snapping turtle clamp onto Kickin Keith's calf, or do you try and wrap your pulled muscle head around, pulled muscle neck around him to try and be like a slug? Like, oh, I'm gonna slime onto you.
This is true. The slug. I mean, I did say they've never felt more slug-like. So I feel like they go with the slug instinct rather than the snapping turtle one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
you can't fight bodily instincts.
No, not well. Their bodily instinct is snapping turtle.
Sorry,
yes,
you can't fight mental delusions.
Spiritually, they are a slug.
Right. So you. Oh, go ahead. You can describe it for me how your head wraps around, or how your neck wraps around his leg.
Yeah. I think Brenda stretches their neck out, and then bends it around their neck. To be honest, here's the problem. Their neck isn't quite long enough to get around that enormous leg.
It's true. It's very thick.
It's a very big leg. So I think they do bite onto their shoe or something.
Oh, 2 worlds meeting.
Oh,
aren't
wow.
any shoes, I'm afraid. So it's going straight on the toe.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they recognize that. Yeah, maybe in this moment, 2 worlds are like that great song. 2 worlds, 1 family. Cross your heart, let fate decide. Brenda's gonna, turn their neck.
Son of man, look to
the
slug of man, or something.
Brenda's gonna combine those 2 aspects of themselves, and they again at this moment they've never felt so good in their entire life.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Those 2
Brenda's
aspects.
Brenda, take a resolve. I feel like as you start to self-actualize in this moment.
Yes.
Amazing.
While Kickin Keith is having his foot fitted.
No,
Be careful of the leg.
I've lost all pain sense in this leg.
Oh,
so many. You know those monks who have their heads softly hit against a wall for 10 years, and now they can headbutt through steel. That's essentially what my leg has gone through.
Those loving monks.
Those loving monks.
Yeah. I was thinking what is it, Muay Thai? Like Muay Thai fighters will practice kicking stuff so their shins are just rocks.
It's the micro fractures in the bone of just calcified to the point of unbreakableness.
It will become a different element. It's not organic anymore. But I imagine that you just shove your foot down you plant your foot so hard that it sinks through the metal of the ship. And you are rooted to the spot. However, that does mean that with your 6, I will allow you to save Herr Curler as she starts to spin out. But you will have to use one of your arms.
Oh my goodness.
Look, okay. Desperate times. Call for desperate measures. I'm going to reach out, grab you by the hand.
Hair curler bats it away like.
Oh, you want to go, huh?
We can say that you managed to catch her by the scruff.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, nine, stop.
It's like a cat. You're kicking your legs at me. Like, yeah.
That's an indignity. Sorry, go ahead.
Dry time going everywhere.
Yeah, it's flying over, floating off into space. I'm like, leave me the pasta, leave me.
With the 666s, I'll even say that the dried pasta fills the hole in the wall before the cars can come streaming
You've
in.
seen those videos online where they like repair a house with like shells of peanuts and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? It's one of those.
Ah,
Excellent.
yes. Oh, as I flop down when the gravity resets or whatever. I don't know.
I think it's just like the pressure. Yeah, the gravity of the ship starts to reinstitute itself, and the pressure loss stops. So there isn't a whole lot of oxygen in this room. But I will say also the people who were chasing you also got like like dragged up into the air. So
including Brenda's mom.
Yes, but they didn't get sucked out into space.
Oh, okay.
They all just got sucked towards the opening, and then they slammed into the pasta. And they're lying there. The song is now in like 60 different keys because they're all just really dazed. But
into the spouse. Come on.
Glad Pit opens their bus doors.
I think Brenda says, Herr, is this okay? I mean, if we go into Glad Pit, that's all. We're not overstepping boundaries, right?
You've been
Didn't
in
you
Glad
ride
Pit
him to
several
school?
times. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not that kind of thing. It's not that kind of thing. Get
I
your
think
mind off of the
sometimes
gutter.
Brenda forgets.
I don't appreciate this dirty language. I keep it clean. Always keep it clean. I've always said, keep it clean. That's never changed. Okay, get in.
Okay.
Glad Pit is much cleaner. Corresponding this new outlook that Brenda that Herr Curler has. Glad Pit used to have, the classic school bus, like some of the leather's cracked and there's stuff poking through and everything.
Chewing gum, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. As all of you clamber aboard the bus, what would you like to do? Now, you know that something in the past was changed, but you don't know where it could have been changed.
Or when.
Exactly, when. You don't know when it happened. So, actually, I will call for a mind roll, please.
From everyone?
Yes.
Oh,
okay,
no.
all right.
Good thing I-
Now, this is something that we haven't addressed so far. If you have a trait, you can add your trait to the roll. I believe, let me just make sure that I'm not misleading you.
I mean, if you're only just telling me now that I can add kick to my rolls.
Yes. My bad.
Always.
You could actually add kick to all of your rolls.
Would you mind me adding pastafarianism to the roll, seeing as that's the thing that's changed?
Ooh, yeah, you absolutely can add pastafarianism. Well, all you have to do is describe for me how your pastafarianism helps you.
Well, as the only person who remembers what pastafarianism is, I think that's going to help me find the cause of the issue that has changed in the past that has now averted our future eyes from the spaghetti monsters.
Okay, interesting. So, you can add pastafarianism. Is anybody else adding any traits to this?
I would love to add space bus because we are in the space bus.
That's fair.
Yes.
And I am very familiar intimately with the space bus.
Very.
Yeah.
Very familiar.
Yeah.
Brenda, any traits?
I mean, unless you would say at any point I could add slug to it, but like...
I think because of how self-actualized you're feeling right now, slugging should absolutely be.
Slugging can be added, right.
Nice.
Yeah.
What does that...
So what that means is you get to add another d6.
Oh my goodness.
So in your case, if you have a 0, I don't know if anybody has a 0 to mind, but if you have a 0 to mind and you add a trait, what that essentially means is you roll 1 die. You no longer have disadvantage.
Okay, well, all of that was meaningless because I failed with both. So.
Oh, no.
Well,
I also failed.
Okay, I got a 3.
4 dice.
Okay, so everyone failed. So everybody got a 3?
No, I got two 4s. So
Oh,
Oh,
it's
you
a
got
partial
partial.
success.
Okay.
You got a
Okay.
partial success. Okay, now I will need, however, for Wheels, excuse me, not Wheels specifically, but Kickin Keith.
Yes.
I will need another time chaos roll because you are using a trait that technically doesn't exist.
Oh.
And you failed.
I got an 8.
Okay.
Okay. So you managed to hold on to the trait still. None of you can think of where, like, in the panic of it's like as I think what distracts you is as like the singing, you hear the singing suddenly change all back to the same key at once as you hear like a sparking sound, like, and it's all back in the same key, and people just start to rise up and they float above Blad Pit and start slamming down on top of
Oh
it.
no!
God.
Oh no! No, my
And
spouse.
the only person who's able to sort of think through this is Brenda. Brenda, it occurs to you, oh, wait. There is a device that we have here. You can't remember the name, but you have something. You can't remember if it's on the bus. You can't remember if it's just in the station, but you know you could find it. You just can't remember what it's called. But it's like a book, and you could look it up. You could look up what may have changed.
Okay. Brenda's like, so there's this book.
Brenda, I'm going to have to ask you to speak faster. I know that you're very sluggish, but please.
Brenda, I know that's considered a little bit mean, considering both of your heritages.
Yeah.
But we're in a little bit of a time pressure situation, which again, it's not intended as a joke.
Oh, 9.
As Brenda's mom slams in, the roof dents slightly.
Brenda's mom.
Skipping my spouse.
Yeah, Brenda's like, well, it could be here. Or
Is
could
it
be in
here?
the station?
You know it will be in the station. You're not sure if it's on board here as well. There may be more than one.
Brenda's like, well, if you just look around for a book.
A book?
Here.
A book?
A book?
Kick wants to look at the book. Look.
I think the panic of the situation causes Kickin Keith to just like revert to his old state, and he just starts kicking open every single glove box, over the head luggage container, anything that could contain an object. He's just kicking it open.
This is a finesse roll, so you can add kick to the roll. Is Kickin Keith the only one who's looking, or are Brenda and Herr Curler also looking?
I'll look. Yeah, as soon as he starts smashing up the place, I'll look. Yeah.
Once again, rolled a 3, so I'm just putting dents and things.
Is this
Just
finesse?
breaking Blad Pit.
My spouse, is this finesse we're rolling?
Yes, this is finesse, but you can add a trait if you need.
I shouldn't need it, hopefully.
You can't add it after the fact.
I did get a 6.
Okay, perfect. I think because of your intimate knowledge, not in that way, of the inside of Blad Pit, you spent a lot of time driving this bus, and you immediately remember glove compartment, of course. You run to the front, you pop it open, and inside you find the Tome of Self-Help, a strange ancient text whose cover cannot be opened without the power of chronoplasm, which is the juice essentially that all of you use to power your time abilities. Or slime, as it may
Juice, you
be.
say?
Juice or slime. Slime, as the case may be. The contents of its pages are somehow consistent throughout time. You can spend 1 resolve to open the book with the intent of asking your future self a question, finding an answer already written, advising you on what to do next.
Okay.
Ooh, I'll absolutely spend that resolve.
Yeah, I think. By the way, I think Kickin Keith, after calming down a bit and seeing that we've got the object that we need, is like, glove compartment. Sorry, if that was a sock compartment, I would have been right there.
I'll be like, I'll like lean down and whisper to Blad Pit, just like, you didn't say anything. You never say anything. You knew it was.
I'm gonna make a roll for Blad Pit really quickly as you do this. Are you spending a resolve?
Yes, please.
Okay. You see that Blad Pitt is like struggling to keep their horn to remain the like it keeps and it's like but barely holding on to it. What are you going to ask the Tome of Self-Help?
Where in time should we go first?
Okay, so spend one resolve so that you go ahead and mark off a resolve. By the way, I will say, Kickin Keith, the glove compartment joke made me laugh, so take a resolve.
Sick.
So you open the Tome of Self-Help and you see pasted into the Tome of Self-Help by your future self is a newspaper headline. A newspaper headline that says mathematician and code breaker institutionalized after delusional break. And you see pictured, the caption says that a man by the name of Alan Turing back in 1938 was institutionalized because of a sudden break he had with reality. But I need you all to roll me a very important mind roll as you look at this picture.
Are you like saying this out to the group, by the way?
Oh,
you all can see it. You all can theoretically just see it because the book's open.
Yeah.
I've got a 4.
I got a 9.
No, you can't get a 9 on a mind roll.
Oh wait, what is it? I rolled a
mind
D12.
roll.
A mind roll.
A mind roll.
That's a shame.
I failed.
You can add traits to this. Remember, folks.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And if you fail, because this is so important, you can spend your resolve to activate one of your time powers. So let me find it for you.
Can we use alternate traits now that I've got clean?
Yes, you can use clean.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because you can't use gross anymore.
Yeah,
gross is gone.
Gross is forever gone. I will take out. I will add clean, and I'll take out like a feather duster or like a brush or something. I'll be like, "This is a dirty page. It's to get it done."
Okay.
Okay.
And then you
Clean it up.
accidentally uncover more information.
Did you hit it?
With 1, let me check. A 4.
Okay. If somebody has a resolve, you can activate a time power. Time powers include slow/pause, rewind, which can basically slow/pause that lets you spend +1 to your highest result. So if you had a 5, you could add +1, but you can add, if you have 2 resolve, you can spend 2 of them. So if you had a 4, you could bump that up to a success. You can, there's also rewind, where you spend 1 resolve to undo an action. So you might be able to try again. What are your thoughts? There's also fast forward, but I don't think that would be as useful in this case, unless you just want to look again, because you can then take another action.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't got any resolve. Does anybody else have any resolve?
I do. I could get a 6 by spending my 2 resolve.
Sounds pretty good.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
I've got a 6.
Okay, so you use your slow/pause ability to just like you slow down time. And you're just staring at this page. It's like the blood flow reverses.
This is the worst slow-mo scene. I'm just standing still.
I'm dusting, so I'm like.
The windows of the bus are starting to crack from things slamming into the ceiling. The blood flow like reverses up from your leg to your brain, and you suddenly get boing. You're like, oh, the person in that picture is not Alan Turing. The man who you see being dragged away by officials in a straitjacket is not Alan Turing. You know exactly who this man is. That is famous past actor Benedict Cumberbatch.
What?
What?
And in the
Cumberbatch
is and off in the back you see a very suspicious looking blonde-haired man just sort of watching from afar.
Ooh, mysterious.
Now this was taken in 1938. if in fact if like you know that Alan Turing did not look like Benedict Cumberbatch. Also, you would know Alan Turing was never institutionalized for having a break with reality in 1938. In 1938, Alan Turing was working as a cryptographer, as a code cracker for the British Armed Forces in advance of World War II. So whatever changed must have happened in 1938.
Okay, I think as time regains its regular pace, as people see me just sort of putting things together in my head, I'm like, buckle up, friends. We're going to Milton Keynes, and I slam my foot into the keypad in the shape of the numbers I need to press to get the date and time and place.
Okay, roll me a finesse roll to try not to damage Blad Pitt.
Oh no.
2.
You press the buttons, but your foot goes like sinks through Blad Pitt's controller. Just the entire bus rocks and shudders as it kicks into gear, but like you can feel from the electricity, I will say also the electricity that is coursing through your leg, and also weird time change things as like a foot has been inserted into the flux capacitor. I will say time chaos is going to raise by 1, and you're going to take 1. You're going to lose 1 health from that.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? I'm going to say 2 health. Your foot is being like quantumly displaced and electrocuted.
Yeah,
I feel like
if someone could put some rubber gloves on and pull me out of that'd be great.
Anyone
Lad,
with
spit it out.
time chaos is going to go up. In fact, I'm going to say you stuck a foot through time. This is actually going to be +2 to time chaos, so it's going to be a 4. Anyone with the trait loving, it is about to change. Okay, you got to roll that D12, get a 4 or above.
It's a 5.
Okay.
Still loving.
Okay, so you managed to hold on to loving, but for the rest of you, the monks were never loving.
No.
The monks were always slimy.
Slimy.
They really were.
Yeah.
So Brenda loves
And
that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean it in every sense of the word. They were also like
okay.
sleazy and weird and just like, like kind of gross.
Impossible to be around.
Yeah. They were covered in slime though, so mixed bag.
Unsettled. Yeah.
But as all of you see like the Blad Pitt plows forward, you hear the bodies of the Tetris people clegging into the ship behind him as he surges forward. It almost at one point you don't think you're going to have enough ship to get to 88 miles an hour, but just before you crash into a wall of senators who somehow have not gotten to Tetris so far, you disappear through time. The same as in Back to the Future, like the wheel trails, like lightning wheel trails, pass underneath the wall of people. But all of you are transported all the way back to 1938 in England, no less. You are we will say that the ship that you are transported all the way back to 1938 to the location Bletchley Park.
That's right.
That's what it would say on the cracked display. Bletchley Park, you would know, of course, Kickin Keith. Bletchley Park is where Alan Turing was stationed. Oh,
I know, because Real Wheels lives about 15 minutes down the road from there.
There you go. Wow. That's actually really cool. I picked this storyline thinking like, oh, well, they're UK. Let's pick a past UK hero. So nice. You all... sorry, go ahead.
I said nice. It's very nice.
But yeah, I had no idea that you actually lived near Bletchley Park. That's so cool.
Not anymore. I was as a kid. Also, queer icon, Alan Turing as well.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. and you, out of nowhere, in this quiet manor house, a very heavily dented space bus going 88 miles an hour just appears and is rocketing across the lawn, tearing up the grass. As you're just
Hold on to Black!
I will need
I can't not.
from wheels.
I mean, Brenda's retracted all of their limbs and their head into their shell, and they're
You're
just bouncing
ping-ponging
about.
around,
Yeah.
Okay, so Brenda, I'm gonna need a body roll from you. And actually, for Kickin Keith, I'm also gonna need a body roll from you because you are currently being so that you're just not injured and thrown out of the vehicle. And from Hair Curler, I'm gonna need a finesse roll to try and effectively stop and steer Black Pit.
I got your average 6, just a bog standard 1 6.
Okay.
I
Same,
got
6 as well.
a 6 as well.
Oh, triple
perfect.
6s.
Perfect. You make as happy a landing as you possibly can in a beat up space bus on a beautiful English lawn as you're just tearing up the entire lawn. You skid to a stop. You see like the gardener look up and say, I say, what would you like to do now that you've arrived here?
Everyone play it cool.
Take one result.
Thank you.
I don't know why that really makes me laugh.
I think Keith is like, now, Hair Curler, I don't want to be disrespectful, but maybe we should do the talking.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
Brenda.
How are you today?
Oh wow.
How are you today?
Would you
Let's
like
go.
a cup of tea?
Would you like a cup of tea?
Tea and crumpets. Tea and crumpets.
Apples and pears. Apples and pears.
Greta Garbo.
It's good.
Greta Garbo.
It's
Clean.
Good job.
Brenda pops their head out of the shell. Removes from their shell. Do you remember those winders that you could get? The fruit winders. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They pop one of those out, roll it out, stick it underneath their shell.
Are they slimy?
Well, they hair dryer a bit. And
Okay.
Right. Okay.
A melted fruit roll up just being
Yeah, basically.
smeared across
Anything
this.
I would have thought that would be a bit sticky, but
Well,
I mean,
slimy and
slime-
sticky
yeah.
are just cousins, really.
Yeah.
Exactly. Slugs can climb stuff, so I feel
Yeah.
like the slime is pretty sticky in and of itself.
And they, slug their way through through Vlad Pit. And so it's
What a sentence.
It's so
No,
dirty. I
we
hate
didn't
it.
get many history lessons in slug class. But from what I know, snapping turtles or slugs, in my case, definitely slugs. We didn't really talk.
no, I'd forgotten about that.
So if we want to
before the Reformation,
do the whole, maybe this was something we should have thought about back when we were learning this whole thing.
And I do not think that men with massive legs also talked because they're probably dead and it's some kind of bloating.
Well,
Rude.
I don't know. I could just say, hey, look, I decided to work on one leg at a time. I haven't reached the second one yet. And then they'll just assume that I'm supposed to have 2 big legs, which I assume is very normal, and that should be fine. So we've got, as long as we've got a cover story, you are English from England.
I am English from England.
And you're just a snapping turtle or slug, depending on, the situation.
The day.
Yeah.
I mean, I will note that Brenda is wearing like a knitted slug outfit.
It's cold in England.
Why you didn't think to mention this?
Knitted slug outfit.
Well, no,
The
we're
bottom
quite
of
used
this
to
must
it.
be disgusting with all of
Yeah.
the stuff that you've been
Oh.
smearing along the bottom of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty gooey in there.
I hella hate it. Yeah.
Crusty. No,
Yeah.
crusty.
gooey, whatever you fancy.
It's kind of what the hair dryer's for, just to keep it always, never let it dry, because it would just not be all right down there.
So, if I just sort of keep the slug persona just really strong,
Yeah.
then they just think I'm a large slug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure those could talk at this point, so like we should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is true. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm almost certain that slugs can talk.
They had slugs.
All right. Let us.
They definitely had
go.
them. They 100% had them.
Let us exit the vehicle.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna try and walk on both my legs, just to
Natural.
Out of character, Wheels. Maybe I should do some of the talking because of my ungodly amount of finesse.
Yeah, they'll never know what him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we walk up to the man who was like, "Oh my goodness."
Mm-hmm. He's kind of an elderly gardener. His upper lip, just like everyone in this era, does not move. It is as stiff as a board.
Yeah.
I say, what's going on here? I'm going to have to clean that up.
Sorry. We're testing an experimental. Harry, you know what it is. Harry Curler.
Harry is my name. We are for the war effort. We are testing out a potential secret weapon that could be used for the British Empire.
Yeah.
For the benefit
of
the British Empire.
Because you are, of course, Harry. I said Harry. That was a mistake. Herr Curler. You are, of course, a spy, but one of the good ones.
I am a
Isn't
good
that
spy.
right? Yeah.
I am a spy that is good.
And we stole this technology from the Axis powers. Isn't that right, Herr Curler?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna need everybody to take a resolve. Herr Curler for Kickin Keith for whatever that was, and I just hit me how beautiful it is that Brenda Chambers is sliding around in a knitted slug costume that I assume they're wearing underneath their Paradox Perfect uniform.
Yeah. Because slugs are green, so
just a huge green. Like
a very large slug, just remember
like an
that.
enormous cabbage.
Just uncomfortably large slug. Roll. I guess ultimately that was Kickin Keith who did most of the talking. Kickin Keith, I'm gonna need you to roll a finesse check. However, this is where bonds can come in. Now, Herr Curler, you have a bond with Kickin Keith.
I do, yes. I will lean over to Kickin Keith and say, yes, you kick those words very well into his ears.
Right. If I just think about talking as if I'm kicking words, it all makes sense.
Can I
use the trait kick, please?
Liv, I thought you were gonna say kick the old man.
Oh no! Please don't do that.
Sweep, kick him, and no.
Sweep the leg.
Leg.
No mercy. Cobra Kai. So when you assist a player, you can add any relevant traits or bonds to the roll, but you can't use your attribute points. So essentially, you can, if you have a trait that you think would help, that you think would help Kickin Keith succeed on this, Herr Curler, you can add it to the roll.
Can I please add Space Bus? And can I click like a remote behind my back? And then Blad Pitt says like a pre-recorded message that is just like, do not be alarmed. I I am a part of the war effort for the British Empire.
Is that in an English accent or a German accent?
God
More
save
like
the king
a-
and or queen.
God save us. God save us.
Everyone.
It's kind of like, yeah, it gets mixed up between the two. Yeah.
The accent just swings back. Most of it's in English, and then
Yeah.
God save us, everyone. At the end.
Yeah.
I will allow you to, because this just makes me laugh. You can add, so the bond is 1d6. The trait is also 1d6. So if you're but I will say the bond in this case is super effective. So you can add 2d6 for the bond. So
and then I can add kick, right?
Right. So essentially you're adding 1d6 to your roll from yourself, and then you're adding 3d6 from Hair Curler.
Excellent. All right. So that's a total of 4 because I was on 0.
Yes.
So oh god, this is quite a glow up. That's a 5 already.
Oh.
A 5 and a 4 is my max.
Okay. Do you want to spend a resolve to bump that up to a success?
Oh yeah,
You
we
could
do
use
have
one of your time
screw it.
powers.
Why not? Yeah.
Okay.
Why this god is so important. But...
Yeah.
You just don't want to. You don't want to alert the British Empire and bring them down.
You don't want things starting off from the wrong foot.
Yeah, you know, for the good
On
of the
the wrong
Commonwealth
kicking
and all
foot,
that
yeah.
crap.
We'll say that you use like slow to add to the roll, and you just kind of like you I don't know, flex your leg at him, and he's suddenly like distracted by the incredible muscularity.
I think he's largely impressed by my physique. And maybe that lends to the argument that we're super secret spies because you got to have a rockin' bod, you know?
Yeah,
of course.
But yeah, like Brenda.
Yeah, no, totally.
He says, yes, that checks out. Right. You have your run of the grounds. Please don't break anything else, or else I will have to fix it, and I am 78.
Yeah, well,
it goes back to trimming the hedges.
Yeah, people don't retire in this country. So.
Good day.
Whilst we've got your attention, Mr. Groundskeeper, could you point us in the direction of a Mr. Turing, Alan Turing?
Oh, yes. I believe last I saw he was round the other side of the manor house, being accosted by a blonde person who was dragging the unconscious body of someone who looked kind of handsome, but also kind of like a lizard.
Okay, thank you.
Very specific.
Yeah, we'll be.
Honestly, it's a very specific look.
Well, yeah, no, it is.
You have a talking slug. My wife is a talking slug, and that's not an insult. She's a literal talking slug.
It's fine, Brenda. It's fine. We were right.
Hello.
Hello. You all right?
Just slugging.
Yes,
slugging.
Of course.
I have to say, Mr. Groundskeeper, I'm very impressed by your acceptance towards slugs, considering the great troubles between your people and theirs.
Yes, I've removed all salt from my food. Manana. Always more to learn. Just goes back to trimming the hedges. It says, if you come back, I'll give you the clippings.
There you are.
Great.
Brenda.
I would have voted for slugs a third time if I could.
I don't have a slug bone in my body.
All of my best friends are slugs.
And my wife.
I'm actually part slug on my mother's side.
I'm 1/5 slug.
All right. I start rushing off towards the general area that the groundskeeper was sending us in.
Okay, so as I guess two of you run and one of you slides your way around across the lawn. You hear quite a commotion. You hear at first someone yelling in German, "No, you go, give up!" And you hear on the other side, "Get off of me! What are you doing? I have work to do!" And also in the midst of that, you hear, "Oh, where am I? I played Smog. Why am I here? Smog the dragon. Sherlock, this isn't my normal accent either. I've gotten more posh. And as you like round the corner, you see the same blonde man that you had seen in the photo. This time wearing what looks like a reproduction of like an office, like a Third Reich officer uniform. It does not look like authentic, I will say, because like you studied history extensively. This looks like a person trying to like emulate. And also you see behind this person a straight up portal. Like as if they've come through a portal. You see Benedict Cumberbatch trying to struggle to his feet while being held by the scruff of the neck, and by this blonde man. And the blonde man is with his other hand struggling with Alan Turing, trying to like bang his head against the table to knock him out. It appears that this man is mid swap as you cross around the corner
at full speed. Kickin Keith abandons all of the training that he gained from the Pastafarian monks.
Oh my gosh.
Every single inch of his leg through the head of the fascists.
Oh my goodness. Roll a
I can use
roll
like,
a check.
resolve or a bond to like add to this roll by like running up ahead and like putting like a single finger on top of the person, like you're about to do it. Yeah, like
a football.
Yeah.
If you pants him. He's in his little boxer shorts.
Can I suggest something first? Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can Brenda please like use the momentum of the slime,
Mm-hmm.
the winder fruit roll-up slime, to launch themselves like towards the fascists,
Mm-hmm.
to like get them in legs as like a distraction. And then as they're flying towards the fascists, they want to yell out "Slug attack!"
Slug at him.
And then a final edition. If you're already launching yourself at speed, Brenda, can I hop on the back of you?
Yes.
And then just like plant all of my weight into your like very strong shell, because I know it can take it.
Yeah.
And then just put my enormous leg out like a lawn.
Yes, like we're
you're jousting.
Yeah,
like
we're
jousting.
jousting.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing.
Now, Jeremy, I'm going to level with you. I want to kick him so hard that he explodes. Whether the dice allow me to do that, we'll see.
I will absolutely.
Yeah,
this is going to be.
Herr Curler also has to do the pantsing first.
Herr Curler is just going to. Yeah, no, I think her addition to this will in fact just be like being like, become the kick monster you always were. Become.
You've got rubber gloves on and you're cackling. Now, I am going to add 1d6 for my kick trait because I feel like this is about the strongest link.
Can I like assist with my slugging trait? Because this.
Yeah, I will let you add more than one trait if you can justify it. Anyone who wants to can add more. This is like the mega roll to end all rolls. I will need you.
I feel like I'm playing Warhammer.
If you can justify adding as many of your traits as you can, tell me just how you're adding them.
I mean, Brenda's sliding on some pretty viscous fruit roll-ups as well.
They are
so the slug and the viscous, I think.
Yeah, okay, so that's 2 from you, Brenda.
That's 2d6.
Yeah, I would like to add brew because I'm brewing up some chaos in the background. And also just I will be shouting encouragements just like make sure to square your shoulders, keep it clean.
Clean technique.
And
I love it.
also
I'm going for a clean hit, so
yeah, that should be enough. I want to add.
And then I've already added in kick, but I think if you will, Jeremy, I do love to kick, and therefore
Also, I think it's fair to say that what the opposite of what this man is standing for currently is
he stands for hate. I stand for love. You know?
Yeah.
Love,
honestly, he stands for all the worst parts of Slimy.
Love,
all the bad parts of Slimy.
Yeah.
Okay, so just
Destroy him, kick monster!
I'm hoping for like a super crit.
Gonna annihilate.
That is 4 6s.
Okay, so just because this gives us an opportunity to talk. There's no possible way this man can stand against it, so I'm not even going to roll for him. I'm going. So there's different tiers of damage. There's basic, medium, heavy, devastating, extreme, and lethal. Like basic is like fists and kicks, medium one-handed melee weapons, heavy small firearms, devastating shotguns, two-handed firearms. Extreme would be like chainsaws, flamethrowers, lasers. Lethal would be grenades, rockets, explosives, one-hit kills. I'm gonna call this one the equivalent of a grenade. Rocketing towards this man,
you know, like firing at him with the speed of a rocket-propelled grenade out of a bazooka. You know, I think that's the general vibe.
And I believe that with you multiply the number of the success of the damage by the number of 6s that you rolled.
Oh my god!
You rolled 4 6s.
So quadruple it, yeah.
So you quadruple 6. So you do 24 damage.
Take him down.
You kick this man so hard that reality shatters around you. And as you kick him, you see like a second version of him, completely cleansed of all fascist leanings, appear and just as holding hands with Alan Turing. Both of them have with a big smile on their face and a single tear just running down their cheeks as they watch this evil version of him be destroyed.
Well, can we say that the evil version does fully on explode?
Oh yes, absolutely.
They're like, smiling with tears in their eyes as viscera rains down upon them.
He not only does he explode, he explodes through every possible reality.
Yeah.
So
he explodes like an overripe pumpkin being thrown out of a window.
Being thrown out of a moving space bus. Utter carnage. In fact, I will say that this kick fully broke reality.
Yeah.
I will go to each of you and ask you, is there one thing that you would like to change in this new reality? You can change either a trait. I'll let you change any aspect of your character that you want, including actually your bonds or NPC bonds. Or is there anything starting with the kicker himself? Kickin Keith. Is there anything about Kickin Keith's existence that you would like to change as you kick so hard you shatter dimensions?
Yeah, as the impact hits, there is like a Super Saiyan style transformation in Kickin Keith. His hair shoots up, like he's glowing with white energy to the point where he is just completely encompassed by it. And like as the dust settles, he's still stood in that same position with his leg like high up in the air, like he's just broken someone's chin off. Which he has.
Everything off.
Yeah. But as the dust settles and the viscera clears, you see that his legs have equalized in muscle mass because he has become a figure of equality, both in musculature and in society.
As he's standing there watching, the now non-fascist version of this German man who has appeared wipes some of the viscera out of his eyes and says, "So this is the power of Ultra Kickstinct." And you hear the bum 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 bum, like as you're standing there, the Ultra Instinct theme is playing. It's just in this incredible aura and the two most hench legs anyone has ever seen in their lives. Perfectly balanced.
As all things should be.
Yes. That is beautiful. Herr Curler, what would you like to think about your existence?
I think that Herr Curler would like to amend the Herr Curler's marriage to Brad Pitt is not the future that either of them deserved, and I think that they should have just
maybe Brad Pitt could change. Maybe they could become someone that Herr Curler could love.
I thought you were going to get a cosmic divorce.
Rather than the cosmic divorce, I don't think they should have gotten together at
Oh,
all.
okay.
Because
You're erasing the marriage entirely.
I'm erasing the marriage entirely because they should have just remained friends. Honestly, this is probably a lot on Herr Curler. So they are very good.
Brad Pitt is a bus.
Yeah,
that
Brad
is
Pitt
true.
a bus.
And Black is Saint as well. Like,
and yeah, so they are just good friends, and a driver and a vehicle. And they have both gone on to find
like you're
meaningful
reading their
relationships.
Yeah, who are they
also
with
try
now?
to-
Who are Herr Curler and Brad Pitt with?
Brad Pitt is
The
happily
lorry.
riding solo. I think, because Brad Pitt is a bus.
Mm.
and,
Yeah.
and Herr Curler is with Cara Delevingne.
Oh, what?
Cara
That's
Delevingne
another
is standing
time travel.
inexplicably still dancing. That's
Gyrating.
Straight up.
That's the Herr Curler.
Ah. Well done, my love.
She does like a weird kick in the air to celebrate. Like her foot goes like above her head to celebrate.
Excellent. Yes.
Me too.
I give her a hug and I say, "My little kick monster, darling kick
Messed
monster."
up.
She kicks both legs in the air and hugs you with them, still while
Whoa.
gyrating.
Whoa.
So
This is getting
talented.
great.
So limber. So limber.
Oh my god.
Now, Brenda Chambers, what would you like to change about yourself?
So
Here we go.
suddenly you turn around and this music starts playing that's like do, 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 and then the screen starts going white, but you can see the outline of Brenda,
Press
and
B.
they're like sort of shifting and changing like with the music. And then
Alan Turing's like, what?
And then
It can't be.
Brenda's evolving.
Suddenly the screen clears and you see Brenda and the music's like and Brenda has turned into a snail.
The perfect middle ground.
The true
The
force.
formation of both Brenda's identities
Whoa.
of
Oh my
Slug
God.
and Turtle. They
You
are
blew
now
my mind with
snails.
that.
It's beautiful.
It was
Brenda
the
looks
only
at
true
themselves.
outcome.
Yeah.
The only way this could have ended.
A
True ending.
single snail tear comes out of her eye.
And standing next to you on the lawn, suddenly, with a handkerchief that she very slowly raises to one of your stock eyes, is your mother, still a snapping turtle. But she looks at you and she says, "I'm so proud of you." And then pats your shell gently.
And a little bit of slime comes out.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, ew.
She says, "Here, let me just slide that back." And she's just like helping you to hold onto the slime. She's like, she looks at everybody as Alan Turing is standing now with. We never found out that guy's name. Just for the record, his
Oh
name.
yeah.
I
Doesn't
We
matter.
saw the uniform. We were like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his.
It doesn't
new
matter
voice.
what your name is.
You don't get a name.
But he's no longer a fascist, and this alternate
Excellent.
version of him is now Alan Turing's boyfriend. His name is
Oh.
Gerhard Schneider. For the
Gerhard
record,
Schneider.
Right, yeah.
Gerhard Schneider.
Now I can.
Yeah, and Benedict Cumberbatch Benedict Cumberbatch is going to go ahead and hold a wedding ceremony for the two of them.
Wow!
Attended by a gigantic snail,
Mhm.
their mother, who is a snapping turtle, a man with two perfectly muscular legs of equal muscularity, and a woman who is dating Cara Delevingne,
Yeah, and a
who is
space
also
bug.
a time travel. Yes,
Yeah,
and also a space
like a really
bus.
important person, but you know, kind of never been though. Like,
I will say that Brad Pitt catches the bouquet, and
yay!
with that, I think it's time to wrap up.
Just because he's the largest one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people like try to, it just lands on top of it.
Yeah, and then I imagine that Vlad just goes.
Yeah,
exactly.
and then we're like, oh, Vlad.
or
Freeze.
maybe maybe Vlad could play some lovely wedding honks.
Yeah, they drive away in Vlad. Yeah, with the cans trailing behind the bus as it drives. You see the old man looking at the tire checks on the lawn. He's like, "Oh well, I know what I'm doing tonight." He looks up at the screen, winks, and freeze frame, and the credits start to roll.
Thank you very much.
Jeremy,
All-Star
so
plays.
lovely.
All-Star by Smash Mouth plays as the credits roll.
Hey now.
Song.
You're a slug now.
We get the post-credits dance scene, obviously, as well.
Yes, exactly. It's
Yeah.
a medley.
You
It's
got
a whole
two
thing.
muscular legs.
Thank you so much, Jeremy from Three Black Halflings, for running Paradox Perfect here on Dicebreaker. Please tell us where we can find more of you and your channel.
You can find me on Twitter at Jeremy Cobb 1. That's Cobb with 2 B's and the number 1. You can find the show that I'm a part of. I'm 1/3 of Three Black Halflings. We are a TTRPG podcast focusing primarily on D&D. We talk about diversity and inclusion. We talk about DM tips, player tips. We do deep dives into all the different classes. We do interviews with all kinds of people across the D&D space and TTRPG space in general. We've even started playing other TTRPGs, such as Paradox Perfect, where you can actually go find 2 different actual plays that we've done. One with Draconics of British TTRPG streamer fame, and one and Brennan Lee Mulligan, DM for Dimension 20. We also just did another one recently with the cast of Not Another D&D podcast. We also do all kinds of different actual play shows, just like Outlaws Novelists, so you can go check that out. If you want to follow us on social media, you can find us at 3 Black Halflings on Twitter, and I think it may have changed on other platforms as well. If it hasn't changed on the other platforms, then it would be at TB Halflings. But on Twitter, at 3 Black Halflings.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And where can we find out more about Paradox Perfect as well?
You can find out about Paradox Perfect at ttc.itch.io/Paradox Perfect. You can find information about the game. You can download the game. You can download the character sheets. You can even download the theme song, which is extremely catchy. If you want to hear the theme song before downloading it, watch either of the Paradox Perfect episodes that listen to either of the Paradox Perfect episodes that Three Black Halflings have done. And I believe there should be links on there also to follow the creator of the game, Taylor Svetkovich, because he also has a Twitter as well. So I think that's pretty much everything.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. This is probably one of my favorite Let's Plays we've ever done. If you want to find more of us, though, please click the subscribe button, click the like icon, click the bell icon to get notified whenever we get a new video on the channel. And you can also find even more of us over on Dicebreaker.com, where Alex Meehan and Matt Jarvis and Chase and all our lovely contributors are writing some fantastic tabletop articles every single flipping day. So if you want to see more of us on either of the channels, then please do show us your support. Maybe drop in the comments what your favorite moment of the Let's Play was as well. You can also hit the join icon to get more information about how to become a Dicebreaker Plus member, which is very, very exciting. It gives you loads of content. Just click the join icon. It will tell you all about that and how you can sign up. But most importantly, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Dicebreaker. But until then, have a lovely day. Bye.
Bye.